Taurus, I feel like this reading might be a little bit difficult because we have some major revelation that's coming up or that you are going through right now, and it's prompting you to have to make a decision. So I pulled out some cards just to get a vibe for the energy. I'm going to pull out more in a minute, but I just want to go over what I got here. And I want to start with the last cards that came out, which is meditate and contemplate. And I can't over stress this, that you need to spend some quiet time just thinking somewhere, because this decision that you're going to make, it's very deep, okay? It's not just like, I heard pancakes or toast. It's not like that. It's, it's much, much deeper. It's on a soul level. The decisions you're going to be making in this next cycle, I heard, are part of your soul's contract. We also have the end of a tough cycle, and a personal issue reaches resolution. Now, before that, the first card to come out was decision. So I asked, all right, what's the decision? Let's see what's on one side and what's on the other. So on one side, what you're deciding between, we have fulfillment, clarified by isolation and adaptability. And on the other side, we have escape, clarified by romance and impulsiveness. Whew, Taurus, so I feel like you are making a decision between continuing on in your life, kind of maintaining the status quo, maintaining a sense of security, perhaps financial security, familial security, kind of going at the pace you're going, moving along in that direction, and almost compromising your dreams or your desire. You've been having like this inner calling, like this, something seems unsettled, like you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing at the moment. And it's almost like you're deciding whether you're going to live with that kind of, maybe it's financial fulfillment or just like a very kind of secure path. But in this path, or on this path, there's isolation, okay? There's you're isolating a part of yourself, I feel. And that part of yourself that you're isolating is having to adapt to whatever the status quo is. In other words, you're not being truthful to what your soul really wants to do here. Now, it's not up for me to make the decision for you here, but I'm just reading what the cards are saying here. This decision on this side seems to bring with it some kind of financial security. On the other side, with escape, we have impulsiveness and romance. And this is where I really think you're being called towards, because even if you choose fulfillment in whatever this means to you, and I really think it has to do with some kind of security, it's like you're always going to be looking out and dreaming what could have been, where you could have gone. An adventure almost, an escape from your day-to-day reality. But Taurus, it feels like such a dream almost, because you haven't put the plan in place really. You're kind of just daydreaming about it and not moving forward, because that as soon as you start moving forward, maybe you need to register a business name, maybe you need to break up with someone, maybe you need to move, maybe you need to have a conversation with your mom, I heard. I don't know. Whatever this is, I don't know what this is yet, okay? But it's like you're going to have to get that ball rolling. And once you do, you know that when it gains momentum and there's no going back. Taurus doesn't go back. Taurus only goes forward. So once your mind is set, you go on that path, right? Which is why it takes us, I'm Taurus too, so long to make that decision. But on this path, there's a little bit of impulsivity, which might feel foreign to you depending on the rest of your birth chart and your personality and your life experience, of course. But there's also this promise of romance, and this could be with someone else, of course, or it could be just a love of life, like a renewed vitality, a zest for life that I really feel is stagnant right now. All right, let's get into it, Taurus. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to do kind of like an overview, and then I'm going to go in and clarify how your person, whether that's an ex, present person, future person, employer, whoever you're thinking about, perceives you at this time in your situation. Okay, so I'm going to clarify that after. But let's get some cards out here to find out what's going on. See, I have 9 of Pentacles and Temperance. There's a real sense of wanting security, but feeling like your destiny is supposed to be leading you somewhere else. It's almost like you feel as though you're living in another dimension, on another timeline, that there's another life going on, your life, without you. It's very odd. So maybe there's been someone on your path who's been holding you back, Taurus. Or there's the perception that someone's holding you back. So let's get into it. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I put out 2 videos for each sign a month. I also do other kind of astrology monthly transit type videos. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support with the channel. It means the world to me. Bull gang. But in saying bull gang, I do have to say you don't need to be a Taurus to watch this video. You could be, just sitting in Taurus energy, in your comfortable pajamas, I want to say. Interesting. Or you could have Taurus anywhere in your chart. But really, thank you so much for continuing your support with this channel, and helping it grow. Okay, let's see, Taurus. What do we have? Yeah, oh, yeah. And your advice here. Interesting. I have this deck facing up. I'm not using it right now, but I do see the 7 of Swords. I do feel like there's somebody who's cheated you in some sense, maybe financially. It's been some kind of victory, felt victory for someone else, okay? So I do feel like an energy of someone, maybe they don't know how selfish they've been, but your creativity has been blocked here. We have the Empress in reverse. For some of you, you just can't get things off the ground, okay? Like you have a lot of creative visions of what your life could be, kind of like that opening message, but it's just not happening. For some of you, this is related to some kind of, I heard family control. Somebody blocking your creativity or not supporting your creativity. But this is the feeling that I'm getting here. It's like that beautiful, like, that cup energy, that water energy, that beautiful kind of joy of life that, what Taurus, what's one thing that you do where you're just at peace and all sense of time kind of dissipates, and it's something you could just do for hours and get lost in, but really feel joy and fulfillment from it? What's that one thing? Something creative maybe? Or maybe it's a feeling you have with a person, and for some reason that's being blocked. Is there a particular person in your life who enhanced your sense of creativity or brought that side out of you? Why is that person being blocked? And that could be you're blocking them. It could be energetically blocked, or somebody else. Like there's some block here, okay? Let me just take a look at the cards here. Your advice here is the Lovers with and it says choice under it. So you need to make that decision. Okay, give me a second here. You, on the outer shell of the reading, what's been going on and kind of guiding your decisions is a real desire to avoid any sense of disappointment. So this tells me you have had serious disappointments in the past, but I was almost going to say fast there, in the fast lane, and that would go with the impulsivity. So maybe in the past when you went faster than you typically do with a person, a place, or a thing, I heard, you moved too fast, you dated someone too fast, whatever it is, I don't know. Whenever you were impulsive, there was some kind of disappointment attached to it. And it's like you have this search inside of you to find what makes you happy, to find what fulfills you. But it's kind of being rooted here at the bottom of the reading with the devil and justice. It's like you don't want whatever you go get, whatever you're searching for, whatever, like you don't want your wisdom to be compromised. You don't want your resources to be compromised. Your inner world. It's like you spend so much time thinking about what it is you want to do that it's like almost you can't make that decision. I know this sounds like so stereotypical Taurus, but I don't know. There's something here going on with you. Okay? And I just heard it's not you. This is not like you actually. It's that somebody's kind of imposing this energy onto you, this devil energy. And there's a sense of like you needing to make a choice to bring justice to a situation. But what's stopping you is this fear here, this fear of not having things in balance, that there's something maybe you're not seeing, or maybe you feel like somebody is pressuring your decisions and now you're not sure which way to go. The inner kind of story, or which could be the block or the wound, or, you know, kind of what's going on in the subconscious, is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the Two of Swords, Four of Wands, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm getting here, Taurus, that you need to think more long-term, but not only long-term, like more expansive. The thinking, you're playing in the safe zone for some reason. You're in the safe zone. It's almost like, and this might not be for everyone, right? Like not every reading is going to resonate for everyone. That's kind of weird if it did, right? I said that to Capricorn, right? So maybe you're having some issue with a Capricorn or something like that. I don't know where that came from, but there's some kind of resolution that needs to be had to put you into a new cycle, because it's like you're stuck. You won't let the wheel turn, but it's here, right? A new cycle wants to come in, something adventurous. You know, I'm having here for your desire, patience, meditation, and creator with the King of Wands. This to me is like the epitome of Taurus energy. It's like you're waiting, patience, meditating on what you want, which I did advise. But then you have the King of Wands. It's like, I feel like you want to be sure you're ready before you do anything. This could be, you know, responding to someone. It could be going somewhere, taking a job, whatever. Having a child, whatever this is. It's like you're waiting until you feel 100% ready. But that's not the way time works. Like I'm seeing a bull being let out of a pen. It's like it's time to go out, not just forward, but expand your vision. You know, what's in the periphery? I heard there's clues in your periphery to help you out. Because here it seems like, you know there's decision is coming up again. You know there's a decision to be made. There's something that needs completion or to be completed. And I do believe this is relating to some kind of love cycle. Okay, maybe you've been blocked in love for some reason. For some of you, you've never really experienced real love, abundance in reverse. You've never gotten back what you've put into a relationship, maybe materially even. And that's really kind of stalling your progress, okay? And it's difficult to look at all this energy because it's really disappointing. Because I do feel like there is some kind of conditioning here with the devil that has created this dynamic, this situation where you're constantly searching for your soul's fulfillment to go into the Empress in the upright, which is also your card. You know, it's also Libra. Maybe that's significant to you. But, you know, the search almost feels endless here with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Let me see if there's anything else before I begin clarifying on this other person. Now, what comes out might be somebody else who's involved in this. Like, it feels like there's multiple people involved in your situation. And I feel like all of them are kind of like have a hand in your life, or at least you perceive it that way. They've cultivated some kind of perception of control. Yeah, I feel like somebody made you, or you feel like every decision you made in the past came from this really strategic place of avoiding disappointment. Like you always went for the safe bet. But in doing that, and maybe you don't even realize this, maybe that's what you need to meditate on, but in doing that, you've kept yourself trapped, but I heard codependent on something. So what, I'm hearing codependency is a frame of mind. Or someone else is trying to keep you codependent on them. You're really stalled in the present here, okay? You are. There's really no movement, but there's a dream. There's a vision. I heard Virgo. There's a vision. That's interesting. All three earth energies came up. And you know what? In the future, we have the Hermit completing justice. So it's coming. You are going to make the decision. But I think you just need to kind of take a bird's eye view and look at that stagnant feeling you're having and see who, I'm hearing who it might be related to in your life. Who pulls the strings, I heard. And I'm hearing this could even be your children. Okay, so I don't know exactly what that means, and that might not be for everyone. So let's clarify these with whoever you're thinking about right now, how they perceive you and what they want in this situation. Wow, Taurus, for their feelings, I'm just jumping right in here. We have authority coming over your creativity in reverse. This is what I'm talking about. Somebody feels like they have authority over you. Wow. This is deep, Taurus. Yes, thank God. All right, let's see here. In the past, we have caution. Caution with disappointment. Are you the kid who your parents told you never to climb on the monkey bars? Were you always taught to be fearful about going forward? Or maybe you had some kind of health condition that didn't allow you to play like the other kids, and you always had to be protected. Or maybe you come from a family where someone in the family is always feeling unstable or insecure, or there was a sense of always needing to be cautious in that environment. There's a real big message here about a history. I heard 8th house, history of constantly making decisions out of a sense of being cautious to avoid a sense of disappointment. Because at some point in your life, and it doesn't necessarily have to be family, but I am picking that up. I have to be honest here. But it could be in love, which just tends to be related anyways, right? But I'm really picking up here this message that somebody really got down on you at one point in your life when you made a decision for yourself, okay? And it didn't really turn out the way you wanted it to. And maybe you were really disappointed. And instead of somebody supporting you, they kind of made you feel like you didn't know what you were doing and it was your fault why whatever happened. Okay, that's not true. That's somebody else's complex talking. That's whoever this person who wants to be an authority. That's that person's issue, not yours. But it's been kind of planted in you. Okay. Maybe even you didn't have a chance to speak about it with this person, or they didn't understand when you did. The current energy, between you two, or I heard it could be several people. interesting, is romance and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This really impacted your love life. Your ability to understand and communicate what love means to you. We have Mercury here in Taurus. Oh, sorry, not Mercury. We have Venus. Venus in Taurus. That's interesting that I said Mercury. Maybe you have a Mercury in Taurus placement, but even the communication with my throat chakra there, it's like you didn't really have somebody to guide you, or there was no communication in your love connections, or very little, or like I'm hearing melted communication. For some of you, people could have been trying to set you up all your life with whoever they thought was the ideal partner. But you've been stuck. You've been stuck in a cycle where romance is not moving forward because you haven't been encouraged enough to take a leap of faith, to take a chance that it's okay to be disappointed in your choices. Like nobody makes the right choice every time. What is right choice anyways, right? But I do feel somebody in the past blamed you for something and it wasn't fair. And even if it was like, even if you were wrong, it was none of their business. Like, I don't know, Taurus, there's something there. All right, how your person is viewing this situation. We have the Hermit, and it says search here with practicality. It's like every dream and vision you have about the future and what it is you want for love, for career, whatever, there's somebody outside of you, this could be an employer or whoever this represents to you, that tries to tame you with a sense of practicality. Like, Taurus, I don't really think that dream's practical, or I don't really think that suitor is a practical person for you. So someone's always trying to kind of like lead you, guide you, domesticate you into what they think is practical. Look, there's somebody domesticating a bull here. All right. How do they see you? Two of Swords with the decision and excitement. See, you have a lot of inner excitement. You have a lot of ideas. You can see things from different sides. It's like your inner self is like really happy, and like I'm seeing like rainbows like shooting out of you. It's probably a little dramatic, but it's like this actually. It's like shooting out of you. And I just noticed when I said that it's not anymore, but the colors of my shirt and the light matched. It's like you are becoming one with your environment, right? It's like the shooting energy out is like you have so much potential. You're so connected, so creative, okay? And that potential, that shooting out potential, this person can see that, can see your decision-making process, and knows that you want to go in this kind of way that feels to them like Taurus could be making the wrong decision. Like, who are they to control you? What is it about them that makes them feel like they can control you? That's because the danger is, and I don't think this is for all of you, but some of you are like mixing up, and this isn't your fault. It's because you've been like taught and indoctrinated in this kind of way with this psychology, but like you feel as though you're blaming yourself, like it's your own stagnancy, like it's your own procrastination, but it's not. Okay, it's just all you know. Somebody didn't let you grow. All right. How they feel about you, I'm not going to go into this too much because I believe I did, but we have the Empress in reverse with authority. For many of you, this is definitely a mother figure. Okay, this person could be a mother. It could be your mother. It could be a child trying to gain authority over you as a mother. Whatever this is, it's a real like matriarchal kind of force. You know, it reminds me of somebody who couldn't live, and this could be actually, I'm just getting, this could be the energy of someone you're dealing with, okay? And that's what's blocking your connection. But there's something about, if that's the case, you're mirroring each other. Anyways, okay, so it's like there's somebody here who didn't get to live life the way they wanted to. Okay, so they're trying to live it through you and control their own life by controlling you. You know, it's cliche. It's that whole thing, right? That, you know, it's sad. It's really sad. Okay, what do they want? Four of Wands with empathy. See, they want you to feel bad for them, many of them, and that's how they keep you under control. For many of you, they have told you, I'm just going to say it. Some of you are dealing with a narcissistic mother. I'm just going to say it. You know, many of you, they have told you what an empath you are. And that's not going to be for everyone, okay? So it doesn't mean the rest of the reading isn't for you. But they told you what an empath you were here. See the hands? Like you were such an empathic child. You know, you were always great. And for some reason, you know, in mixture with all this other stuff that they were doing, probably, you know, I don't know exactly what, controlling you in some ways, it gave you this sense of like you couldn't fight back for what you wanted because that would compromise your compassion towards this person. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like calling someone an empath over and over again so that they feel guilty when they get mad or when they disagree or when they decide that your problems are not my problems. That's what I'm getting here. If it's not that for you, and maybe this is someone you were in love with, I heard, interesting. They want you to give them stability, okay? And this might be coming from a good place, might not be. Might be conscious, might be unconscious. But it's not what you want to do, okay, Taurus? It's not what you want to do, at least according to this reading. What you should know about this person: the Devil and quarrel. Do I really need to say more here? This person could be kind of scary when they get mad. They have this is Mars and Pisces. They're very unpredictable as well. They might use your emotions against you. It's a very strong energy here that you're going to have to break out of. For some of you, this is your own energy. You know, we all have this kind of stuff inside of us, right? Like nobody's shadow free. So for some of you, it could be an aspect of yourself. But again, we need to ask, where do those aspects come from? You know, what relationships in our life have taught us to limit ourselves and to not believe in our capacity to create whatever it is we want to create, to take risks, to have disappointments and failures and still be okay, still be the cool kid on the block, still be the smartest one, still be beautiful, still be, you know, successful, whatever. Just because you make a mistake or you're disappointed doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. You're not you. You're just growing, right? You need disappointments along the way in order to grow. That's how you learn what success is. And maybe there's somebody here who tried to shield you from disappointments because they had a lot. But in doing that, they've kind of just cramped your whole energy. Your advice: abundance in reverse. This is the King of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could be a father figure. Could definitely be that, or maybe an institution. But it's to change your thinking or consider, maybe meditate, right? Meditate on what does the King of Pentacles mean to you? You know, in the tarot deck, the King of Pentacles is kind of like the culmination or the pillar of stability, security, financial wealth, clear decision-making, unfaltering. You know, what does all of that really mean to you? And how can you reconcile whatever that means with your dreams that seem a little bit impulsive? is there a way to make those two energies, frequencies work together? Because right now, it's your ego that's blocking you. King of Pentacles in reverse with egotism. Now, it's not to say if your ego's blocking you that there's something wrong with us, interesting. Clearly, there's something in this reading for me too. But it's not like something's wrong with you if your ego is blocked or blocking you. It's just that you need to create a healthy relationship with your sense of King of Pentacles, security, and all of the respect and being valued and working hard for everything you have with your ego. Like maybe you're over-identifying, that's it, you're over-identifying with the concept of abundance. And I couldn't even really say that. It's like so hard to even fathom for some of you. Innovation. Is there a way to live your life differently, you know? All right. Now, I'm so excited about this, Taurus, because in the future, leading you into your next cycle here, remember, cycle's closing. Conclusion is coming. We have karmic justice bringing you balance with rebellion. Taurus, once you rebel from this authority trying to put you down, stop your creativity, that's going to be justice. That's going to be a whole lesson that this person needs to learn. I heard husband, okay? And I don't know, there's no real genders in tarot, but I heard husband, okay? So I have to say it. But for some of you, you could be dealing with that in a marriage. Obviously not everyone. But you need to rebel against something. And you know, you'll know intuitively what this is speaking about, especially if you're still here, you know? But it's karmic justice for that person because they're going to have to look at what they've done with their own life once you rebel, because because right now you're kind of serving as a mirror for their desires. Or you are the hand that's feeding them. And once you take that away, they're going to have to look at their own life, which is what they need to do. And you are going to be able to go forward victorious over here, Queen of Wands, taking action in the world, gaining recognition for being the real you. So all you need to do, Taurus, is make that choice. But it's a difficult one. Taurus, I really hope that helped you. I'll see you next time.